Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. You find me in Salt. I was here about 2.5 weeks ago when I was doing my reconnaissance for what we term the Vuelta de Espana, which we're now a full week into. Why are we back here? Today's a rest day. We've pretty much been going non-stop since we started last Monday. So we all met up in Elite, and it's one of the nearest campsites to Bardenas Reales, which is really our starting point. And unfortunately, despite the weather being brilliant in the previous 2 weeks before the guys showed up, the heavens decided to open on night one. So they rocked up around 6:30, 7 o'clock. We managed to get something to eat, put up awnings, and then the heavens opened. And you can see some footage here of what it was like in the morning. So the rain came through, there was thunder, there was lightning. It was quite impressive to stand there and watch it, but we all got washed out day one. So our first day was Bardenas Reales. And those of you that follow the channel have seen we've been to Bardenas Reales both in the Defender and in this many times. So I didn't take a lot of footage, but we just did the entrance into Castillo, where you see the statue. So we took some pictures up there and then worked our way down to where the big loop, where the bombing range is. Because as we worked our way around, a couple of F-16s came flying by doing some training runs, which was quite noisy. But we went all the way around. Like I said, I didn't record a lot of footage, the other guys did. They're new to the area. This is the first time they've been down there. So after we finished Bardenas Reales, we then headed our way over to Leaño, where you see the Roman aqueduct, or the ruins that are left there. And then on to where we planned on wild camping in Luna, which is high up on a ridgeline. So from the start to the end, so we left around 10:30, we finally got to our finishing point in Luna around about 6 o'clock. So we'd been going a long time. Now, one part on that plains area, there is this disgusting, smelly black mud hole. And all the times that I've been down there, which is probably either direction, probably about a dozen times, the only time I've managed to attempt to do it on my own was in the Defender, the very first time I did it. And that was towards the latter part of the summer. So it was quite dried out. And you can actually see the bottom, feel the bottom, and know that if I did it, I wasn't going to get stuck. Every other time that I've come across that black hole, it has been pretty deep, pretty muddy, and you can clearly see where people have attempted to make it and not made it. So obviously, being on my own, it was one of these things I wasn't going to attempt. So here's some footage of us going through the mud hole. As you can see, I was the last one through, not really by choice, but I put the drone up and we managed to get some really good footage of us going through it. By the time I got through it, it had all been cleared out. But it was quite deep and it was quite smelly. And for probably about the next couple of miles, you could smell rotting, stinking black mud. So as we worked our way from Leaño to Luna, you stop in Biota and Faraduiz. Both of those small villages have some really cute churches. One in Faraduiz is on the hill. There's videos of me stopping there before, both in the Defender and in the L322. And then we headed all the way over to Luna. Gradually, as we got to Luna later in the day, the clouds started getting dark again. And no sooner did we find this place to be able to wild camp, the heavens opened again. And we clambered into our tents or our cars, and we sheltered from the rain. When you have these big storms, especially on the Spanish plains, normally in the morning everything's cleared out. And when we woke up, the skies were blue, it was nice and warm. And we went from Luna, we went down to Huesca, and in Huesca we filled up, we went shopping, and then did the monegros, or part of the monegros, south to Valvarta. And really what we were trying to do is trying to get us in line to head down to Teruel. So we headed down through the monegros in the reverse direction, got to Valvarta. There's a small campsite, link in the description below of the name of the campsite. It's 10 euros a night. It's perfect for a stop if you do the monegros desert in either direction. And once again, it rained. Now, not a lot, but it definitely rained. We clambered into our tents around about 10 o'clock at night, and you could hear the pitter-patter of rain on the tops of the awnings. So Wednesday was always going to be a travel day for us to go south to Teruel. And down there is the dry riverbed. Now I attempted that back in January in the L322, and it was dry, but there was also ice there. So the water that had come through the riverbed further as you got through that trail became ice, and that's where I cracked the front of the spoiler and took out my fog light. Now there's been a lot of rain in the area, especially south, so if you look at where Zaragoza is to Teruel, it's quite a distance. You're talking a couple of 100 miles, but they've had a lot of rain down there as well. And as soon as we made the turn into the dry riverbed, it was wet, it was running, it was flowing. So as you can see here, we worked our way, the four of us, all the way through to the top part of the dry riverbed. It's about 5 miles from the entrance to when you actually get out and head to higher ground. And there were some brilliant areas for us to go and explore. For the first time really ever, you can see the L322 following a vehicle with a camera on it.